don't take your socks off. What is wrong with you?
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording. Alright, welcome back to the A.T.Willy show. I am your host, Aaron, and my co-host right now is Nathan. He's my older brothel. Did I tell you why? I don't know why I started calling people brothel, but I think it's so funny to do so.
I thought you were just really into, like, legal prostitution.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. Never had a prostitute, but I think what... Do you remember, who was that one Australian comedian?
Jim Jeffries?
Yeah, Jim Jeffries. It wasn't in one of his shows where he was talking about legalizing prostitution in Australia?
It is legal in Australia.
Yeah, and he said that it was, like, safer for them because they put them in brothels and, like, they can actually...
Yeah.
Like, because it's, like, taxable income, then they can do measures to protect them.
It's not because it's taxable, it's because it's actually institutionalized. So over there, you know, like, you get health care, like, for it. So, like, you're tested, everyone's tested before they even come in, like, there's protection given, so it's safer for them for not contracting or giving out STDs. And two, it was safer because, like, if you're just a prostitute and you, like, take a dude to a back alley, like, there's no telling what that dude's gonna fucking do to you. So, like, they're, like, the bouncers can, like, kick people out if they're being aggressive. Or, like, trying to hit chicks or something.
Just hit chicks.
Dude, there's some weird kinks, man.
I would know. I'm not into hitting chicks.
Yeah, but I'm sure you like to suck toes.
No, I do not like to suck eggs. Do you remember that episode of SpongeBob?
Yes.
It was like, and Squidward Tentacles does not suck eggs. Capital job unloading that cargo last night. Blah blah blah. Someone's been stealing treasure keys. What the fuck? I wonder how they got all of these, like, airplane parts in here. Like, because we're inside of the boat. Yeet on my skeet, brother.
Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a massive fucking hole in the side of this ship.
Probably from the kamikaze pilots that drove those planes in here.
Yeah.
And then that thing's just burning. Like, what are these guys doing? And this is just talk about a hangar. Get it?
No.
You store a plane in a hangar, and
No,
this
I know.
plane is
I'm
hanging.
just saying that it's a bad joke.
I didn't think it was of poor taste. And I think this level had the coolest music for its setting. Nate, you drop a freestyle
No.
to this beat?
I don't know if you know this, Aaron, but I don't freestyle.
Why not? Why do you have a rapper name then?
I don't have a rapper name.
I do. You know what it is? Do you know what it
DJ
is?
Eggsucker?
No, it's not DJ Eggsucker. It's Schmitty Ferguson. Didn't I tell you that?
Yes.
Yeah, I dropped a mixtape like 3 years ago. It was actually so hot that the producers had to throw it away to prevent it from causing mass destruction amongst other
Rappers'
musical
ears.
other musical artists such as myself. This guy's like a ninja star throwing champion.
I am in this picture and I don't like myself. That's essentially what your career was.
Hey, I'm kind of busy here, Dad. What's up? It's probably a good game.
That's exactly why I'm not watching this game. They're playing Harvard. They should be smashing ass.
Smashing ass, huh? In Harvard?
Yes.
Ain't nobody ever close my door when they leave. Leave a like below if your parent ever comes into your room and then leaves the door open. That is the worst shit. Hella annoying. And they'll do it.
Also, leave a like if your parents come into your room like Kramer used to enter just Jerry's apartment in Seinfeld.
Describe that for the viewers.
Okay, so for those of you who are A, too young to know what Seinfeld is, or B, don't know what Seinfeld is and you're old enough to be able to understand what the show is about and you're just kind of garbage for not knowing. But...
Dang, roast him. Do it.
Dude, one of the best sitcoms ever made. Either way, crazy guy of the show would just burst into this dude's apartment. Not his own, his friends, but just like straight up...
Friends, quote unquote.
No, they were.
I get they were friends,
buddies.
but I don't think
pals.
that was like. I think it was just supposed to be his character. Oh, like a bouncy ball.
But either way, like this dude would like almost shoulder down like into
the
this door.
He'd stumble in. He wouldn't even like shoulder it down. He'd just like crash into the door. He'd be like, Jerry, I need to borrow your whatever, your blender. He's like, oh great, he needs to borrow my blender.
What do you need the blender for?
Stop spilling water. This is the worst level out of this entire place. It seems like I can handle it, bro. Does it look like I'm 2 years old? Because I might be. But this was always the worst one. This was the Make You Rage level. Good. Oh, great. This is the crab level. I'm sorry for any of you guys who like Mr. Krabs, but this is for those of you who are allergic to seafood. I'm doing this level for you guys. 40 chest. If a crab takes one into a tube, I'm going to be...
I like how it's just like a whack whenever you kill it.
You can't just have... And it's like punching noises, but you can't just have dead crab sounds going off all over the place.
Why? I mean, you just have claws flying everywhere.
And green slime. I know the viewers won't. If you haven't played this game before, you won't understand how hard this level is, but it's very difficult. For no reason. Oh crap. Gotta get the crabs. Oh. It's getting too intense, Nate. It's getting too intense.
Do I need to play for you?
No, you don't need to play. Don't be doing that. It's just hard to commentate while doing this. You're not helping.
What do you mean me not helping?
You're not helping commentate. It's rather difficult to do. Get out of the way.
Maybe I'm just so entranced by you just murdering fucking crabs.
No, these crabs! They're going crazy. Look, got them. I think I got it. Perfect.
You barely
End their lives. End their lives.
I like how they were just crying
First
and you're
try.
just like going around murdering them.
Yeah, but for what reason? I wonder if that's like where they stored the treasure. Like they come back from a day of looting ships, and they're just like, all right, drop the treasure into this part, and the crabs will take it to the treasure hall, and then I'm just in there just murdering their treasure people. But I bet you didn't think that I was... Oh, crap. I bet you didn't think I was going to go into this cannon, did ya? Bam!
Also, what cannon has that long a barrel ever?
A nice one. They say the longer the barrel, the better the cannon. Except it probably means that it's going to shoot the least forceful, least far, and least accurate.
So what you're saying is that cannon,
Listen, Raleigh.
like
Well,
anything
I don't
shot
know.
out of that cannon.
Hold on, because it depends on how the cannonball is shaped. If it's not a cannonball, but actually like a bullet, do you think it would shoot more accurately? Because snipers are longer than other guns, and they're more accurate, right?
Well, they shoot further, but the cartridges are bigger.
But why does
There's
it shoot further? Does it shoot further
There's
because it's
rifling
longer?
in the barrel to help it. That's why so the barrel's rifling. So there's things on the inside of the barrel to help
Bring it on.
turn the bullet as it goes down the barrel. And because it's traveling further down that barrel, the rotational speed increases. So that's why, like, they're more accurate.
This is the boss for those of you guys who don't know. Got to smack that dude right in the jaw. I don't remember.
Are you
all
trying
the
to
stages.
clap his cheeks because he's dummy thick right now?
I can only clap his cheeks when he's like skinny though. So check it. Get your cheeks clapped. And he's wearing like a metal hat. Who does that? Fashion police. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5.
He's got to
go through 5 things. Damn. I should know this by now, but I don't.
I like how he's eating these bees and essentially inflates. Like he's just having like an
allergic reaction.
To try
check
and
it out. 3, 4, and 5. Oh! Be gone, mortal. You've beaten me. Well, look all you want, Sly Cooper. You're no match for Mugshot, my villainous cohort in Utah. You'll see. A snake can slither in without setting off alarms. That's the best part. Is like.
Raleigh's section of the Thievius Raccoonus held detailed instructions on how to perform my ancestor Ryoichi Cooper's ninja-inspired
This is
job.
always the best
A technique he developed while
cutscene
sneaking
out
into
of
the thickly fortified
all the
castles
Cooper
on
clans,
Japan.
in my opinion.
You don't like
Finding a
Tennessee
way
Kid?
off Raleigh's boat
I
got a little
mean,
tricky
yes,
with the
I
untimely
like Tennessee
arrival
Kid
of
Cooper,
Inspector
but
Fox,
at the same time, I liked
who,
this one
failing
better.
to find me, busted Raleigh and his crew.
I like how all the
Because you use Ryuichi Coopers
headlines
throughout the
in
entire
these
thing.
newspapers are like
With the storm machine out of
obviously
commission, folks found their way
sexualized.
back on
Yeah, they're
the
like
boat and
sexist.
big
the
babe, big
faded
babe,
from
busty
memory.
yuck mouth.
Did you know if this
My
game was
gang
even
and I
rated
loafed
T,
around
like that
Europe for a while,
thing would just be
enjoying the
like,
pleasant
big
weather.
titty bitch.
And then headed back home, excited for our next
Puts
probably.
the hurt on this frog.
Yeah, puts the hurt on this frog. Hello, I was about to say, what just happened?
We're all set to go to Mesa City.
Yeah, it's about time we go to Mesa City.
Bam.
I don't think I enjoyed this one too much. I didn't like
It
the
had been a while
background
since I'd been back
for
in
the
the
Mesa
US.
City one, except for the casino.
Next up,
All the ones that was like
the
set in,
notorious
like,
mugshot.
in New York Bronx.
Ruthless muscle of the fiendish
It
five.
was like, why?
Woody
And I'm
Lachlan
Yeah,
just
it was
looking
a
at
very
brick
out of
buildings.
place.
For him bronze.
Especially like him, because you can tell like this
Turns
is
out he
obviously
wasn't
like
always
New
that
York
way.
gangster. Like
Yeah, and
He's
what
the
an
run of the
intelligent guy. He's got a unibrow. Did you ever hear that? If you have
A
a unibrow,
neighborhood
you like
weakling.
have a higher intelligence or something.
The only friends he could turn to were usually found on the
I always
obviously
heard.
you
I
don't,
heard.
'cause they,
Well, you have to remember that I heard this on the radio.
Instantly,
On, what is
that's
it
what he
like
wanted to be.
92.3? The two guys named Chris
He
show.
spent the rest of his youth.
They were telling the story.
idiots.
But that's
fueled on
not
his
the
dreams of
point.
great power and respect.
They were telling this story about how this mom got mad
enough
because these
perspiration,
daycare people shaved their daughter's unibrow. And then they were like,
hard-boiled,
oh yeah, I always heard that
tough as
unibrows
nails
make you
against
smarter.
ensuring that he
Something
never
like
gets
that.
picked on or pushed around again.
Anyways, it was sort of like they shouldn't have gone out of the way to do that to like somebody else's kid.
No, I think you should. Like a unibrow
Hold
is not
on.
a good thing.
Because I know a guy with a unibrow, and he was at least a decent person.
That doesn't mean that you get to keep your unibrow.
He kept it throughout high school and even into college. But he was also like Middle Eastern, so like kind of fit his face.
No, it's,
Because Middle Eastern people are like just generally hairy.
you should still take some.
When I was in
Pride in,
Mexico, I met this guy, and it was interesting because his name was actually it was like Aaron, but it was like Aren or something like that. He was from
That's like Slavic.
no, he was from, that's not the point. He was from like Israel, and he lives in Canada. Anyway, he was there by himself. He invited me to play volleyball with him, and then proceeded to suck at playing volleyball. I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you actually know who I am, but
Besides, I
you-
want to try out that
you
new
were
move I
really
got
bad.
from
You
Raleigh's
did not
section of
perform well.
Thievius Raccoonus.
we won eventually. But that was like after
Do me
we
a
did.
favor and
It
read
was
the
like we lost on a
instructions
2-on-2, and then we won on the 4v4s, and then it grew really big. It was raining, and then I met this other guy from Argentina.
So,
His
jump
name was
with the circle
Hogan. Do
button
you know
to
what that
land on
is?
narrow spots.
It's like a German name. Yeah, it was like Hogan or something like that.
I'd have to see it spelled out.
It was like a German name. He was from Argentina. He was a really cool guy. He invited
Wait,
me.
German name from Argentina?
Yeah.
Dude, that man's ancestors were definitely Nazis.
So
There's a lot to say about that.
I mean that's his
he's not a
ancestors,
Nazi.
bro. Yeah, it's like not that big a deal. Maybe one thing he was like,
It's
yeah,
a
I live
big
with
deal. It's a big deal. It's just like I'm not gonna judge him
Bruh,
because
that's
of
like that's like
something
saying
that
his
his
oh
grandparents did.
oh you're a white person and your ancestors owned slaves. What is wrong with you? It's like, whoa, relax. I didn't own any slaves. I couldn't do anything about it. I was just born. Leave me alone. That's essentially the same thing. Like, yeah, I don't think Nazis were good, but I don't think killing their children over something their grandfather did is like correct solution to that.
I'm not saying that either. I didn't say this dude had to go die.
Anyways, we don't even know that for a fact. Anyways, he asked me to play a 2-on-2 volleyball. What the? Be gone. He asked me to play 2-on-2 volleyball with him, sand court. So I was like, okay. And we're going against these old people who clearly knew what they were doing. Or it was like these middle-aged people. There's a middle-aged man and a middle-aged woman. And we were using their volleyballs, and they were leather volleyballs. And one of us
You were
hits it.
touching their leather balls?
Yes. One of us hits it, and it flies towards the ocean, right? She just screams her head off. She's like, don't let it get in the water. Don't let it touch the water. It's a leather ball. So I run down there, and as the waves are crashing, I grab for the ball. But because the waves had already crashed, you know how it has like that white foam? I couldn't see what was in the water. So I just step on this giant rock, and it like cuts my foot open.
Oh.
I didn't know at the time because I was stepping on sand. So I just got sand all up in my cut. And I went upstairs and stuff and cleaned the cut after I finished the game. We lost because those people were just, they'd played a long time and they were good at it. So I went upstairs and got like a Band-Aid. And it was Mexico. It was my first time in Mexico, so I wasn't sure what to expect. Son of a bitch. I wasn't sure what to expect. And so I had like the guys from the hotel bring up some like hydrogen peroxide or whatever. And then they came in there and they were like asking me these weird questions. I don't know what the deal with Mexico like doctors is, or if they have to have my name and stuff. They like asked me to write down my name, so I wrote down my first name, and they were like, boy, we need the name, like your whole name. So I was like, okay, I'll write down my second name, or my last name. So I did that, and then like went back down to see if the guys were still there playing volleyball, because I was going to play a game because I had like wrapped up my foot. And nobody was there. So, and my foot hurt like a lot, but I wanted to go play volleyball because I was bored at the hotel. Nate, when you go to Mexico to visit Amanda, you gotta go with somebody else. I went with Dad, and it was like whatever. He wouldn't let me drink too much down there, which I wasn't like upset about really, because you know you can only get so fucked up with your parents here. Like it's not that great of a feeling to do it like that. You know, like it's one thing to drink, but it's another thing to binge drink on purpose.
Well, I mean, one, yes, but two, like,
What two?
I
am
definitely
missing?
would not. I don't know. I would not feel that bad being drunk in front of mom would fucking blow.
I didn't feel bad. It was just like I was being a little obnoxious, and Dad like went ballistic on me. He was like, "Will you just shut up, blah? Why you're drunk right now? Blah blah blah." I was like, "Whoa, calm down."
I mean, what kind of belligerent are we talking about?
I was just being obnoxious. We were riding to dinner, and I think he was just upset about what was happening. I don't think he was having that great of a time to start with. But it also didn't help that a storm blew in and like dropped our power. So I think he was upset that he wasn't going to be able to sleep without his mask. So I think he was like, kind of taking that out on me. Anyways, he raged. I was just being obnoxious, you know, trying to be funny in the car, and Dad was not having it. And we go to this Italian restaurant, and I order this thing that I didn't realize was just straight up cheese. It was like cheese in cheese sauce. And I ate about like 2 bites, and I was like, if I keep eating this, I'm gonna die. Like, worse than die. I'm gonna throw up. And I was not about to throw up. It's not a fun feeling. Yeah, but they had good pizza there. I would say that coming back, the thing I miss most was the ceviche and the chilaquiles. You could go get ceviche pretty much anywhere, any time of the day.
Ceviche is so good.
Ceviche is good. Did we tell you about the catamaran ride?
No.
It was pretty wild. It wasn't that wild, but it was fun.
What is this?
Catamaran is basically just like a small boat. It's like a pontoon boat, but it's like just the pontoon.
Gotcha.
Like, or it's not just the pontoons, it's like just the deck. It's pretty much like open floored. You have a sailboat, but it's mainly powered by motors. And it's got like a net hanging out over the water that you can lay in, hammock style. Really fun, really fun. I had a good time. And they, the point of the story is that they had a really good ceviche that they served on there. Because I was already feeling it after a couple of drinks, and I was like, and it was really hot outside, and I didn't know this at the time, but liquor hits you quicker if you're in the sun.
Well, being dehydrated just makes it harder.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I'm inexperienced. Anyways, that's all for this episode. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.